Hello my loves, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. Today we are looking at what your first date is going to be like with your future spouse, and you have 3 piles to select from. So these are actually paintings that I did quite a time ago, but yeah, so this will be painting 1 or pile 1. This is what it looks like. Then we have this beautiful painting, which is pile 2. Then you have pile 3. So I painted these some time back and I had this idea to do circular paintings, but I didn't know how to integrate them into my readings, and today I decided to use them as piles. So I will be using them an oracle card, using them as an oracle card of sorts to channel messages for you, and then I will pull some more cards on what your first date is going to be like with your future spouse. If you have trouble selecting your piles, just stay with me. We are going to offer a little prayer. If you are new here, then hello, welcome. I always do this prayer ritual before I begin any and all of my readings, just to connect with you, connect with your future spouse, connect with your spirit guides, so that I can channel accurately and precisely for you. So take a deep breath and exhale. First of all, I would like to thank you for stumbling upon my channel. I feel like some of you are going through something difficult right now that are watching this for the first time. I'm feeling like the collective that clicked on this reading or came across my channel for the first time, I feel like you're going through something. I'm going to offer a little prayer to you and your future spouse. I hope that whatever this is, whatever obstacle this is, whatever difficult time this is, it fades away. If not, I hope that you know that you have the strength in you to overcome whatever it is that is required for you to overcome. I now call upon my spirit guides, your spirit guides, in order to help me channel. My intention for this reading is to provide some love, some support, some messages from pile number 1, 2 and 3's future spouse, to accompany them on their journey of life, on their journey to their future spouse. So it's a less lonely road. I hope my readings give you comfort and warmth. I hope they can be healing to you and fun as well. I ask for your protection. Please protect this reading from any harmful or negative entities or energies. May all evil eyes be sent back to their sender. I offer my love, my light, and my hope and strength to the viewer. I hope they find it in them to overcome whatever difficult time that they are. And I'm going to see you soon at your piles. So once again, this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Take your time to pick it, and I will see you at your reading. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose painting 1, you chose this one. So like I said, I painted these quite a time ago, and I had no idea what I was doing. I actually had a different plan in mind, but I ended up not using them, and suddenly I picked them up today, and today I just feel like they are functioning more as an oracle card. I do a lot of watercolor readings where I paint with you, like I paint your energy. So I usually paint on camera so that you can watch the process and be with me through the process. So you'll find a lot of those in the description or on my channel. But yeah, I painted these quite a time ago, and the immediate energy that I received for this pile is something oceanic, is an ocean-like energy, something clean, like a clean water, the kind of water that I can see through to the bottom. You know, the water is so pristine and clear. That is what your spirit guides immediately showed me when I looked into this painting. They're showing me a coral reef, and the water is so clear that everything can be seen so clearly, and it's beautiful and colorful, but it's also very blue because it's the ocean, right? So you could be my water pile. I'm sensing a lot of Pisces energy from you, but you could also be Cancer or Scorpio, some Taurus placements, some Earth placements, like a combination of water and Earth. That is what I'm sensing from you. If that resonates, then this is your pile. I'm seeing two people sitting here. I'm seeing two people sitting and chatting right here in the center. Right here. I'm seeing two people sitting there and chatting about life and their journey. I feel like on your first date, I feel like your first date is not going to feel like a first date. I feel like both of you are going to feel like you have known each other for a long time. And you will find yourself sharing with them things that you have never shared with anyone else on the first date itself. So like I said, it's more of it's so comfortable that I feel like it's less romantic, in the sense that I don't sense a lot of sexual chemistry per se. Now don't get offended, don't worry. But I just feel like it's a connection where you feel like your souls have known each other for a long time, and so neither of you are in a rush to kind of consummate the union, like I feel like you are the kind of person that want to know a person before you sleep with them. You need to feel like you have a connection with the person. Otherwise, I feel like one night stands might not be your thing, or just sleeping around is not your thing. Even if you are a man watching this, whether you're a woman watching this, it applies to you. And I feel like you have decided in your life that you will only share your body, your mind, your soul with someone that you love and that loves you. And I feel like with this person, with your future spouse, it's going to feel exactly like that. So they're not showing me a first date, they're showing me the energy, and they're telling me that it's not going to feel like a first date, because even your first meeting, I feel like you're not going to feel like you're meeting for the first time. It feels like you've met a long lost friend who knew all your secrets, who knew you inside out, and there is tremendous acceptance and love from both of your sides for the other person. Like, you could tell them really horrible things about yourself, and they would just have open arms to you, like, I am ready to receive you, I'm ready to forgive you, I'm ready to love you. That's the kind of energy that your future spouse and you have towards each other. Wow, that was beautiful. So I'm going to place it here, and let's begin with your tarot cards. So what is this first date like? What is this meeting like? What is this first date like, please? Okay, so we have the King of Cups. Oh my god, if you are a woman watching this, wow, you have 4 of Cups, gorgeous. You have Ace of Pentacles, and you have the Emperor. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Now the immediate thing that I get from these Cups card is that they have a lot of feelings for you, especially because I chose this one. I have 12 paintings like these, okay? So I made 12 of these, but I chose only 3 for today's piles. But I feel like and I think there were only 2 that were blue in color. I think there were only 2 or 3 out of all of the 12. So that tells me that this is a very rare connection. This is a rare connection where this is like you have known each other. Like, I see you holding hands and walking through different lifetimes. I see both of your energies, and you're literally like holding each other's hand and walking through different lifetimes. And I see you kind of come into this earth reality and be like, okay, we will find each other here. Then suppose you were born in 1800s or 1900s, and you're like, okay, I'm going to be born as a woman, you're going to be born as a man, and we will find each other. And this is how we are going to find each other. We are going to be born in this country, in this place, and these parents. I see you together deciding that you guys are going to meet. And I see you telling each other like, okay, I have to go through these life experiences before I meet you. And that is what is happening. That is what I'm seeing. You guys have already decided to meet. So that is why this first date is going to feel like it's not a first date, because you have already met each other in the spiritual realm. I feel like some of you could be psychic, especially if you have Pisces or 12th house placements in your natal chart. But you don't have to be. You could be a psychic even if you don't have Pisces in your chart. I am sensing that you might sense that this is your future spouse and they're coming towards you. Like, you'll be able to sense that your future spouse is trying to manifest you. I feel like it's your future spouse that tries to manifest you, not you. Now take that as it resonates. Some of you could be trying to manifest your future spouse, but for most of you, I feel like you are not like overly consumed or obsessed with the idea of a romantic relationship. And I feel like they are going to come in. They are manifesting you because they want to meet you. So I see them kind of coming towards you. With the King of Cups and 4 of Cups being here, man, they are so in their feelings for you. This indicates to me a deep emotional bond, a very deep emotional bond. Because if you are connected throughout different lifetimes, so your energies are already connected, right? I'm being taken to Indian marriages. In Indian marriages, there is a ritual where the husband puts like a kind of a sacred necklace, which is called the Mangal Sutra, on the wife, right? And there is sindoor, which is applied on the forehead just near the hairline in the center. But I'm being taken to Indian marriages because in olden times in India, marriages meant that the person who is, how there's a priest who says all of the vows on your behalf, and then you have to say I do. It's kind of like that. But in India, there were sacred wise ancient saints that used to conduct these marital rituals. So they prepared the thread in sacred substances like turmeric, right? And they keep it and they consecrate the thread, and then they make it into a necklace which is called the Mangal Sutra, which is made up of sacred black colored beads. And then the husband is supposed to put that, like the husband basically puts that on the wife when they get married. So what this does is that basically Indian marriages used to be about combining the energies or fusing the energies in a way where you remain together in different lifetimes. So in India it is said like 7 janmon ka what is it, 7 janam hum saath rahenge, something like that. Like, we will be together for 7 lifetimes, and 7 is a sacred number. So I feel like you guys are married like that in the energetic realm. Like, your energies are fused and married, Like marriage, I hope you don't think of marriage as something that is a physical phenomenon in the time-space reality, in this physical time-space reality, because it's very energetic, right? Today all of that wisdom is lost. Even in India, I feel like people, they will just do some mantras, and they'll like light a fire, and it's lost its sacredness in a way, because these saints, they don't know what they're doing, and they think it's all about, oh, we just have to like read some mantras in Sanskrit and some chants, and that's it. That's a marriage. Like, you're married now. That is not a marriage. A marriage means, in India, in ancient India, it used to mean that your energies were literally coiled together, like that thread I mentioned, right? So it's like you are the feminine energy here. If you are a woman watching this, you don't have to be, but the feminine energy here is very connected to the divine masculine, extremely. Like, the divine masculine is so like protective, like, so you see how these two have kind of the same, like this coiled kind of thing. They are very protective of you. So your first date is going to be like, yeah, this is my person. There is a recognition there, but it's not, you don't end up doing first date things like going to a movie or something. I feel like, especially if you're a psychic or spiritual in any way, I feel like you guys might sit down and meditate with each other, or like, you won't do the normal things like watching a movie or going on a date. You will stay at home, probably cook each other a meal on your first date, and talk. I feel like there's a lot of talking here. I sense that you will be telling each other, like kind of updating each other, like, okay, this is what happened in my life up till now, and then your future spouse is like, okay, this is what happened in my life up till now. And they are very from the get-go, like from the moment they meet on the first date itself, your future spouse is very protective of you, so protective of you. With the Emperor reversed coming out here, I feel like there will be no power struggles in this relationship. Like, if you have struggled with men making you feel like you are less worthy or you are less deserving just because they had issues with their masculinity, that's not going to happen here. With the Emperor reversed here, I feel like there's a lot of equality and balance in the relationship, and the divine masculine here goes out of their way to make you comfortable and to kind of equalize the relationship. Like, they will never say, like, come home to you and say like, okay, what do? You're just sitting at home, like, you're just a wife. Like, they'll never treat you like that. They treat you with so much respect. With the King of Cups being here, so much respect, especially when you have children in the future with this person, with your future spouse. When you have children, they are going to just be in awe of you. Like, how the body changes. If you are a female watching this, the body changes after you're pregnant. After you give birth, the body changes, right? And you put on some weight, and like, you have belly fat, you have stretch marks and everything, and they are going to love everything. Like, they will never ever ever hate you for it. They will look at you and be like, yes, that's the mother of my children. And they couldn't imagine why men do that. Like, they cannot see why men would say that women become ugly after childbirth. Like, they will just be in awe of you. I think this is something that will take them by surprise. They are like, oh my god, I cannot believe that I am more in love with pile number 1 after she's given birth. They are going to be really, really in love with you. And it's like, with every phase that you go through together, the love keeps increasing. With every phase you go through together, the love keeps increasing. And it doesn't matter if you are like financially not well off or well off, because as long as you're together, I feel like this is like the ride or die kind of love. Like, you will stick with each other. It doesn't matter if they lose all their money. I feel like you will stay with them because of the kind of person they are, and like, your future spouse can make all of that money back, like, they will become rich again. So even if you have a time where you don't have enough money to maybe eat or anything, I feel like your love is what makes you happy. So that is the utmost priority. So it's like, as long as we're together, we can go through anything. It's okay if I don't get to eat. Oh my god, it's making me cry a little bit. I'm going to pull some more cards. First date with your future spouse. Pile number 1's first date. Okay. We have lighten up, last quarter moon in Leo, and then we have Scorpio. Yeah. Breathe through the tension. With the Leo, Scorpio, and Gemini being here, this could be your future spouse's signs, their zodiac placements. I feel like with the Leo being here, you guys will take things lightly in the sense, like I mentioned, let's say that there's some kind of financial problems, there's some kind of financial low that both of you hit after you get married, and it's like you take it lightly, like you're not taking it very seriously, because you know that abundance is an energy and it's all about attracting that energy back, right? And if you are constantly thinking about not having enough abundance, then that's what becomes the reality. But if you think about, like, okay, I have so much, like at least I have my future spouse with me, at least I have this, at least, and you're really grateful and you're in that grateful kind of energy, all of that financial abundance comes back to you just like that, like you don't even have to work, neither of you have to work, in fact. That fine, because abundance is always an energy, money is an energy, and you have to be vibrationally aligned with that energy. And I feel like this is your superpower. I feel like this is both of your superpower, that when you have difficulties or when you have difficult couple moments, like things in the life of a couple that can be difficult, like stages, I feel like you guys take things lightly, and this is one of your superpower. You breathe through the tension and you take things lightly, in the sense that you, like, let's say your future spouse did something to upset you, you won't take it very seriously, in the sense that, oh my god, how dare my future spouse do this and do that. Like, you are not, that kind of toxicity. You don't have that, neither of you have that. And you're like, okay, fine, I see that my future spouse has done something and this has upset me. Let me go and talk to them. Let me tell them that it made me uncomfortable, and so they won't do it again, because you know that your future spouse loves you, and it was probably not their intention to do that thing that hurt you or that upset you. So if you know that once you talk to them, they won't do it again. So there's a lot of maturity in the relationship that I'm sensing as well. So that is why you have lighten up and breathe through the tension and think it through. I feel like on your first date, there might be some sort of attention with the Scorpio here. There is some sort of attention, but I feel like both of you are not paying like too much attention to that, because both of you, like I said, like you don't want to consummate the relationship very quickly, even though you want to. Like, a part of you just wants to be like, I want pile number one so much, but then the other part is like, no. I'm more interested in what pile number one has to say. I'm more interested in what pile number one wants in their life from their own life. I'm more interested in what is hidden in pile number one's heart. I'm more interested in pile number one's life up till now, before they met me. And I feel like that's the kind of energy. And so the tension is kind of hidden away. It's there. It will come out later. Not on your first date, not in the initial stages of the relationship, like when you begin the relationship. I feel like it comes out later. Yeah, with the Gemini being here, it's like in the beginning, Gemini is a sign of twins, right? So that tells me that your soulmate, I said soulmate. I was going to say that your future spouse could be a soulmate or a twin flame. That was what I was going to say. But some of you could be from India watching this, because there's an elephant. It always reminds me of India. But yeah, Gemini. We have Gemini here. So I was saying that the energy of the relationship in the beginning is the complete opposite later. Like in the beginning, I already said, right, you're more interested in being comfortable with each other, giving comfort. That's already there. But you guys don't turn to the sexual side of things very quickly, right? Like you don't jump into bed with each other right away, even though you want to. A part of you wants to. So I feel like that part, the part of you that wanted to consummate the union just as quickly, that part is going to come out later, and you are going to be floored by the passion that your future spouse has for you. Especially if you are a woman watching this, you're going to be really shocked by how much this man wants you. Because if you are into men, if your future spouse is a man and you are straight, then you're going to be kind of a little taken aback, like, I didn't know you had it in you. It's like a simmering, boiling passion that kind of builds up slowly. It's building, and it's building, and then the dam bursts, it's that kind of energy. Wow, I wish I could get into the 18 plus details, but YouTube doesn't allow that. I was thinking of making like a monthly membership where you guys can watch my 18 plus reading, more exclusive content, monthly guidance, tutorials, and behind the scenes of how I prepare all of the piles, how I paint. And yeah, let me know if you would be interested in that, and if you would get that monthly subscription, because I can post more unfiltered content there, and without having any issues. So, and you get to decide the topic there. So whatever videos you want, whatever readings you want, I'll do those, whatever the collective there wants. So that's just an idea I have. So let me know if you guys would be interested. Let me know if you like this reading. So far, that is what I got from your future spouse. Really beautiful energy. You guys have such a beautiful connection. I forgot to say this because the messages were coming so quickly, but you guys have such a beautiful, pure and sacred connection. Like, if your connection was like something in the physical that I could compare to, it's literally like clear water. It's the energy of being baptized. It's the energy of being healed completely. It's that energy, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. No wonder that I chose this. Like, this is exactly what it looks like. This is what your future spouse and your relationship's energy is. It's looking more dark on camera, but it's not that dark in real life. But yeah, you can take a screenshot of that and keep it as your wallpaper, or somewhere you will be exposed to it, so that you can keep your future spouse's energy with you. Because that's how I do these paintings. I always put the energy into it, put the relationship's energy into it. And yeah, I think this was it for your reading. Let me know if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and comment down below. Let me know if it resonated, and I will hopefully see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you for watching this one. I thank your spirit guides, my spirit guides, for allowing me the honor to read for you today, because you seem like a wonderful group, pile number 1. You are so wonderful, and your energy is so beautiful. I would love to have you as a part of my soul family, as like a permanent member here, if you have not subscribed. So please consider doing that, and yeah, I'll see you in my next reading. Until then, bye. Hello and welcome, pile number 2, to your reading. Immediately, I'm going to get straight into it, right? Immediately, I'm getting a lot of air energy from you. So you could be a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra watching this, especially Aquarius. I'm feeling a lot of Aquarius and Libra here. So you might have those energies in your natal chart, but that's what I'm feeling from you. Right off the bat, I'm feeling like your future spouse is extremely romantic. They're very romantic. They're very cliche romance. I just heard cliche romance. So they're going to do everything. They're going to do the whole flowers, dinner, and all that kind of stuff, like typical first date stuff. So I feel like on your first date, you could be out where your future spouse takes you out on a nice dinner, and I see you wearing either a black satin dress or a red satin dress. This is just what I'm intuitively feeling. Of course, like, you don't have to wear that exact outfit, but that's the vibe that I'm picking up. If you are a man watching this, I see you wearing a suit or a white shirt. It's like I see you in your room, kind of trying to figure out, like, okay, what am I supposed to wear? Like, this is my first date and she's so special to me. And I see you getting confused, like, should I go for extremely formal? Should I go for a suit? Would that be too much? Would that be intimidating? And I see you being like, okay, should I put this bow tie, or should I just go for like a long necktie? Should I wear trousers? Should I wear black? I see you wearing black at the end, like you choose black, but you could choose something else. I mean, it's okay. That's just the energy that I'm getting from you. I see that both of you, spirit is showing me like two sides, where this is the masculine energy here and this is the feminine energy here. And the feminine energy is like, oh my god, what should I wear? Should I wear like jeans? Should I wear a t-shirt, or should I wear a dress? And I feel like they choose to wear a dress, and then you decide to wear a suit. So that's what I got. So let's see. We have Two of Wands. Oh my god. I said, look at these birds. Don't they look like lovebirds? Don't they look like lovebirds? This is the Two of Wands in this deck, and it's so beautiful. Oh my god, wait. The leaf they are holding, it's so similar to this. Wow, I love when that happens. Oh, thank you, Spirit. That's so beautiful. I'm going to take it upright. Then you have the Two of Cups. Oh my god, two again. You guys saw me shuffle. I picked out the cards in front of you. Two. You already have two major synchronicities. Now, this happens quite a time in my readings, but I always get so happy when this happens, because it means that the collective here is highly spiritually evolved, and I love to have you people here. So what I'm getting from this too is you guys are kind of like the mirror images of each other. You know how they say like we are the opposites, mirror opposites? I feel like you guys are not mirror opposites. You guys are mirror images of each other, in the sense that if one of you likes coffee, the other also likes coffee, or some kind of beverage to drink in the morning. If one of you likes routine, the other also likes some kind of routine. It will be different, like the routine itself is different, but both of you have a routine structure. So there is a similarity, and the similarity goes so deep, and I feel like it's one thing that kind of attracts you to each other, is like you look at each other and you're like, oh my god, we are the same. And the one of you is like, okay, I have coffee in the morning, and the other is like, I have tea in the morning. And then they show you like, this is my chamomile tea, and like, this is my coffee, I make it like this. And you have the Ace. Oh my god. And look at the yellow. I actually bought these flowers to do one of my other readings, but I was so tired that I couldn't put so much energy, and that is why I didn't paint today in front of you. I usually paint in front of you on camera so that I can be with you and you can be with me throughout the process, but today I didn't do that for some reason. And because I was very tired actually, and I picked out these flowers for that, and I didn't know that this is how it was going to be synchronistic. It was for you, pile number 2. I feel like it was for you, that these flower petals, because I usually don't have flower petals. If you have watched some of my other readings, then sometimes I get flower petals, sometimes I don't, but most of my readings don't have flower petals, maybe like 1 or 2. So the fact that we have flowers here today tells me that your future spouse is big on romance. Even if you are a man watching this and like you have a feminine, you're attracted to feminine energies, you're attracted to women, I feel like she's extremely romantic. Like she's going to cook and clean. She's very traditional in the sense. She's extremely has a lot of home values and feels like home, feels like almost like a mom type of energy. This feminine energy has a very mom kind of energy. It's free, it's wild, it's free, but it's also very stable and grounded, and gives you the same stability and groundedness. If you are a man watching this, I see that she will be like your backbone. She will be your strength. She will be like, she will put you in your place politely and gently. If you do something wrong or say something wrong, she will point out to you like, this is not right, and she's going to be like that. But Yeah, kind of like how a mom would teach and be with her son. Now don't get creeped out by this, okay? There's no judgment here. Like, there's all kinds of relationship dynamics in the world, and it's okay, nothing is wrong. So that is what I'm sensing from this swan or dove. I'm not sure which bird this is. These are penguins and these are birds. On your first date, I see you kind of sitting across from each other. We have two twos. We have two twos and one ace. So I see you sitting across from each other, and if you went to watch a movie, then you're not focused on the movie. I feel like you're very focused on each other. If you are sitting at home and you're sitting across a table, I see you kind of like just paying attention to each other like this, literally like this. If you went out on a dinner and you're wearing like nice outfit and stuff, like I feel like you guys are not even paying attention to what each other is wearing. There's a lot of focus on the other person's energy and soul. That's what I'm hearing. There's a lot of focus on the other person's energy and soul. On your first date, I feel like both of you have feelings for each other. It's not something that one of you is kind of finicky or like unsure of the connection. I feel like you both know it, but you might not say it on the first date itself. It's kind of like both of you are like testing the waters, like I don't know how the other person feels about me. And so both of you might not express your love on the first date itself, but I see you that both of you are hiding your feelings. Both of you are hiding your feelings. Like, you're like, let me see how this goes, because I feel like both of you might be scared of getting hurt. So you're like, let me see how it goes. Like, let me not jump into it. Let me not, rush into it, because that usually doesn't end well. So let me just take my time. Let me pace myself. And I feel like both of you have that energy, because I said, right, like you guys are mirror images of each other. So I feel like how you feel is how your future spouse feels. If you don't want to express your feelings, I sense that hesitation from your future spouse side as well, where they are like, I don't know, what if I tell pile number 2 and they get scared of me? I'm so sorry if that was too loud, pile number 1. I'm sensing these 2 cards. So we have Gemini. Of course we have Gemini. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this, you guys. You see how they're sitting across from each other praying? I said that, right? Gemini is also like the twin sign. Gemini also rules. Yeah, I was getting that Gemini energy, but I couldn't. I don't think I said the zodiac sign Gemini, but I did say that you guys are air signs, or you have air energy, right? Gemini is one of the air signs. Then we have last quarter moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. Wow. I feel like if you are a female watching this, you might not feel like you're beautiful enough for your future spouse, which is absolutely ridiculous, pile number 1, because you are so attractive. I don't have to look at you. I can sense your energy, and you are so attractive. I don't know why you think that you're not attractive, pile number 2. I'm so sorry if somebody made you feel like you're not, but you definitely are, okay? You definitely are beautiful. I don't care what somebody has said to you. They were lying to you. They were lying to you, okay? I sense that some of you might have been bullied. Now that was very specific, so take it as it resonates, but that was really specific. Like, some of you were bullied for being ugly. You're not ugly, pile number 2. You're not. And those people, they were just being shitty, okay? You don't need to pay attention to them. Easier said than done, I know, but I want you to remember you're beautiful. Find a balance with Libra. Okay, Libra is a Venusian sign. 11, as I said that. It's a Venusian sign. This is a true confirmation that you're beautiful. Pile number 2. If you don't believe me, that is what spirit is saying, okay? I'm not saying this to be nice to you. This is a fact. I'm not being nice to you. I'm not complimenting you, pile number 2. This is a fact. You are beautiful. You are incredibly beautiful. Wow. We have Gemini again. Okay, so you have Gemini. What did I say? You guys are mirror images. We have Gemini in the end, and then we have Taurus and Libra in the middle. Taurus and Libra, both ruled by Venus, by the way. So yeah, there is a lot of romance in this relationship. There's a lot of romance. I feel like your first dates, like in the initial stages of dating, you guys are going to enjoy it so much. Both of you as well as your future spouse. Like, I literally see you enjoying your dates with your future spouse. I see you so happy. I see you smiling. I see you being like, oh my god, nobody else has ever made me feel like this except for you. And you meaning your future spouse, obviously. I see you on a, what's that called, that thing that goes round in a, what's that called, you know, when you go to an amusement park or a theme park and they have all of these rides, and I see you on one of those rides. You're putting your head back and you're smiling, and your future spouse, if you are a female watching this, your future spouse is very focused on your eyes when you laugh and when you smile. They love how your eyes kind of, you know, the eyes become small like that when we are laughing. And I feel like they love to see you laugh because of that. Like, your eyes become really small. That was so specific. On your first date, I feel like your future spouse is just going to stare at you and look at you and love looking at you. I feel like you don't even realize how beautiful you are, and your future spouse might be shocked, like, wait, pile number 2, you don't think you're beautiful? How can you say that? You're the most gorgeous woman that I have ever seen in my entire life, and you're saying that you're not beautiful? What's that about? It's like that kind of energy, and your future spouse makes you feel beautiful if you're a woman watching this. If you are a man watching this, I sense a lot of divine masculine energy in you, where you will want to provide for the divine feminine. You will want to go out of your way. You will want to. So I see you initiating a lot of physical contact. I see you kind of taking the initiative to plan dates and go on dates. I see that you will have like your feminine's outfits planned, and you will be like, wear this and come here at 9 p.m. I'll pick you up, something like that. Like, that's the kind of very boss kind of energy. Even if it's not a boss kind of energy, I just see you taking a lot of initiative in the relationship and being like, yeah, I can't lose this feminine because she's so, like, she's literally sacred and divine, and I can't afford to lose her. So I see you putting in a lot of effort in the dating stages, where you're like, okay, I need to plan the date, and I see you kind of sitting down and you plan for a month or a week. Like, everything has to be perfect. You've called everyone and you've planned all the decorations. If it's a home date, if it's a birthday that you're planning, then everything is perfect. Like, everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be done in a certain way. Yeah, if you are a masculine watching this, you could be a Taurus. If you are a feminine watching this, I sense a lot of air energy from you. Some Cancer as well. Some water. There are people that have like air and water energy mixed. So you could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. That's what I'm sensing. Now with the Gemini coming out like the first as the first and the last cards, kind of holding the Venusian energy in the middle, I feel like you guys are both very intellectual and intelligent. You might like reading literature, or on the first date you might read to each other or meet in a library, something to do with books, something to do with reading somehow, and maybe you talk about your favorite books on. I heard poetry. You talk about your favorite poetry. I see that some of you might like Rumi, a Middle Eastern Sufi poet, Sylvia Plath, I'm hearing Robert Frost, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Pablo Neruda, who's a Spanish poet, was a Spanish poet, I think. Then Ocean Vuong. Anybody else? I see that one of you might say something and like a poetry line, and then you tell the other person, oh, like this person wrote it, it wasn't me. So it's like yeah, a lot of you might like poetry, or your future spouse likes poetry. If you don't read poetry and you're a feminine watching this, consider reading the poetry of the poets that I just mentioned, because that energy is very similar to how your future spouse is going to feel for you. So yeah, it's very similar. There's going to be a lot of balance in the relationship as well, with the 2 coming out here, with the 2 Geminis coming out here. There's going to be a lot of balance, especially if you are like Libra. There's going to be a lot of balance and equality in the relationship. None of you are, higher or lower than each other. Like, it's very equal. There's a lot of respect from their side towards you, and there's a lot of respect from your side to them, and you both are kind of each other's strengths. Like, you are each other's backbone. I did say that you guys are mirror images of each other, right? So the way you love each other is the same. So let's say you love by giving support, by giving emotional support. They also love you the same way, and your needs are also the same, because you love the same way and you like to be loved in the same way. So I see that you complement each other very well. That was it. That is one sentence to describe this. You complement each other so well. You might think that you're opposites when you meet or on your first date, but then you realize, oh my god, we are the same. So both of you might like different poets. Maybe one of you likes Bukowski and then the other likes Plath. But you both still like poetry, so that's something that holds in common, and you have something to talk about, like, okay, this is the reason why I like Bukowski, this is the reason why I like Charles Baudelaire, and then you will say, okay, this is the reason why I like Neruda and I like his poems because so and so, and this is the reason why I love Sylvia Plath. Like, you find these conversations, like, you have a lot of interesting conversations about people and how people have lived their lives. You might talk about World War II, and there's a lot of I'm also sensing some Sagittarius energy, by the way, just because, like, almost philosophical, deep, profound conversations about life as well, and about yourselves as well. If on the first date you are not talking about each other, you will talk about poetry and philosophy and literature and books. It's your way of trying to understand the other person. That's how your future spouse is going to try to understand you, and you're going to try to understand them. Final last message for you, my dear pile number 2s. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself, okay? The more self-love energy you radiate, the more this person will be attracted to you, the more your future spouse is going to be attracted to you. And this applies for both. Even if you are a man watching this, there's a message from Spirit. Please love yourself, because that is what is going to make you fall in alignment with your future spouse and with the meeting with your future spouse. So your date was extremely beautiful, my dear pile number 2s. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'm thinking of actually turning this into a monthly membership, where if you are interested, I can put more exclusive content there, 18+ readings, monthly guidance, tutorials, behind the scenes on how I prepare the envelopes, how I plan my readings and everything. And you will get to see it first before everyone else does, and you get to choose the topics of the readings of that month. So I was thinking of doing like a monthly membership. Would you be interested in going for something like that? yeah, let me know in the comments if you liked the reading, resonated with you. Let me know. I'm going to take the time to thank your spirit guides, my spirit guides, you, your future spouse's energy, all of the cards that we used today, the painting that gave me so many messages. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for allowing me the honor to read for you, my dear pile number twos. And yeah, I will see you soon in my next reading. If not, I thank you and love you for watching this one. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose pile number 3, this is the painting that you chose. I sense a lot of new energies watching pile number 3. So if you are new here, hi, this is Mystique. I am an intuitive artist and I fuse art with spirituality, specifically watercolor. So I have invented something called watercolor readings, where I paint on camera, and I have about 4 types of those that you will find on my channel, where I use my connection with one of the sacred elements called water in order to channel for you and what spirit wants to say to you. So today I actually painted these quite a time ago actually, and I didn't know what to do. I did like about 12 circular paintings like these, and I picked out 3 intuitively for today's reading. And I'm sensing a lot of water energy from you, similar to pile number 1. So some of you could be drawn to pile number 1, but you don't have to be. If you were only drawn to this one, then this is the only reading for you for today. And I'm sensing a lot of 8th house and Plutonic energy from you. I'm sensing Scorpio energy a lot. I'm sensing Pisces energy. I'm sensing that you might have had some kind of codependent narcissistic relationship, some kind of toxic relationship you were stuck in. And I feel like at the time you're watching this reading, either freedom is coming to you or you have gotten free of it recently. So I see you kind of I see you like the spirit is showing me a person, like an energy, the energy of a person detaching from all of the threads that hold them back, and the threads that are holding them back, that are pulling them down into the water so that they cannot breathe, those threads are actually those toxic people trying to hold on to you and leech off of your energy. And you're like, no, I've had enough, I'm done, bye. And I feel like the very first message that I'm getting is that your future spouse is not like this. Okay, pile number 3, your future spouse is not like this. But let's pull some more cards to see what your first date is going to be like. This was the message that spirit wanted to say to you. Like, if you were ever stuck in a toxic relationship, a codependent thing, with anybody in your past, with an ex, with a parent, with a family, a friend, anybody, siblings, I'm sensing for some of you, your future life is going to be different. Your future life is going to be different. Some more cards, please. 2 cards, please. Okay. So I'm going to turn these over. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, if you are a woman watching this, they think you're a queen. I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles specifically being here out of all the queens, on your first date, I feel like your future spouse thinks you're so attractive. Like, that is the message I'm getting very first. You're so attractive, and I feel like you have kind of, you radiate this kind of independent energy where you're like, okay, like, I don't need you to take care of me. I feel like you're not in that desperate energy, like I am so desperate to have a relationship. I feel like you're grown out of that energy, or you are growing out of that energy where you used to feel like you're incomplete if you don't have a romantic relationship. Take it as it resonates. I feel like that might not resonate with everyone, but I see you being like, okay, you know what, like, I'm good on my own, I'm fine on my own. When my future spouse comes in, like, he or she will come in whenever they want, but I'm not desperate for them. Like, I'm doing me, I'm happy by myself, and I need to learn how to be happy by myself if I'm going to give myself in a relationship. And I see you blooming like a flower in that time where you meet your future spouse. So from now to the time you meet your future spouse, I see you working on yourself. I see you getting into a good self-care routine. I see you working on self-love. I see you working on financial independence. I see you looking into ways and areas where you don't have to like lean on anybody, because I feel like whatever this toxic relationship was has kind of wounded you and made you feel like you're on your own, you know. And if you don't do this, nobody else is going to coming to save you. No one else is coming. So I feel like you've kind of accepted that at that point in your life, and you're like, okay, it's just me, so I need to take measures to protect myself, even if it is against family, even if it is against these like these toxic people specifically. I need to do it for myself. And I see you kind of making that decision, like, from today I'm only going to live for myself. I'm hearing that song by Taylor Swift called You're on Your Own, Kid. I'm going to leave the link of it in the description so you can listen to the whole song. But the lyrics of that song are, you're on your own, kid, you always have been. Yeah, you can face this. You're on your own, kid. Yeah, I'm listening to this other song by Taylor Swift as well. It Only Hurts right now. That's what I was thinking the whole time. You know, I'm scared. You know, I never trust elevators that rise too fast. Something like it, that rise too fast. If it rises too fast, it cannot last. If it rises too fast, it can't last. Oh, the song is called Labyrinth. So I heard the both of these songs are from the album called Midnight, and one of them is called Labyrinth and the other is called You're on Your Own, Kid. So one of the lyrics in the Labyrinth in the chorus is, oh, I'm falling in love. It's almost like the oh is like oops. It's kind of like that, like oops. And I feel like when you meet your future spouse on your first date, when you realize, it's kind of like that oops moment where like, oh, I'm falling in love. No. And I feel you kind of like little hesitant. But I feel like by that time you meet your future spouse, you've healed a lot of your wounds, and you know the part of you that's trying to run from it, the part of you that is afraid of being hurt. And I feel like you are so brave. Pile number 3, you're like, you know what, I know that I'm scared, but I'm going to face this fear. And that is why I heard You're on Your Own, Kid. So yeah, that was really beautiful. I'm also hearing the song Dear Reader. Lots of Taylor Swift songs. Dear Reader, if it feels like a trap, you're already in one. Dear Reader, put on your maps. Pull out your map, pick somewhere and just run. Okay. Yeah, so those are the songs that I'm hearing, and I also feel that either your future spouse brings a lot of adventure to your life, or you bring a lot of adventure to their life. But I'm sensing it's from their side. So their first date could be something like a hiking, or a walk, or a picnic in a countryside where you drive. There's a long drive to go to this place where you go and you sit near a lake, or your future spouse takes you to their favorite spot. The spot where they go to kind of be quiet. I'm being shown like a bridge with water running, and your car is parked there, and you guys are having some coffee or some kind of beverage to drink. And wow, you have the Emperor. Yeah, your future spouse, I see, like, if you are a female watching this and you are into men, then your future spouse is very like, this is your counterpart for sure, because we have the Queen here, and then the Emperor came out, which is Aries energy, which is like leadership energy. So I feel like they are going to make a lot of effort in this on this first date. I feel like Spirit is asking me to tell you that if you go on a date and the person that you're going on a date with is not putting in the enough effort, is not putting in the necessary planning, then it's not your future spouse. I feel like that was your future spouse. Like your future spouse is coming through to say, like, I'm going to go above and beyond for you and for our dates. Are you ready? Are you ready? Anybody that doesn't want to do that is not me. So wait for me, because I'm coming for you. That is such an Aries message for sure. We have the Four of Swords. Then we have Six of Pentacles. Yeah, you guys are going to have kids together. You guys are going, you might have 3 kids together, 2 boys, one female, or 2 girls, one boy. Very close to your family. Very close to the family. I feel like people might be envious or jealous of how together you guys are, like how close knit your family is. People might be jealous. People might also be jealous when you are out on the first date, and like you might attract, if you are a female watching this, you attract a lot of like female jealousy, and your masculine partner attracts a lot of jealousy from men, like, oh my god, he's dating such an amazing woman, like he's out with literally so beautiful woman. So I feel like there's jealousy from, like, for both of you, you know. And like a lot of women are jealous of you that you are dating such an amazing man, such an emperor, a leader. And I sense a little bit of hatred from the females for you. If you are a female watching this, I sense a bit of the female jealousy for you. I'm being taken to a film called 𝒫𝓞. Now, this is an Italian film called 𝒫𝓞, starring Monica Bellucci. It's a great film. If you are a female watching this and you are like always hated or ostracized or isolated or rejected by, like, people who are very hostile towards you, either in a very subtle way or in a very violent way. Like, there was a lot of, like, even if you didn't do anything, there was a very strong reaction towards you. Now, if you resonate with everything that I said, please consider watching this movie called 𝒫𝓞. Now, I wish I could talk about the psychology behind this, but I really can't. I'll leave the movie name in the description. I feel like some of you already know about this movie because I've spoken about it before in my readings, but it's a genius film, and it shows what happens to some women. For me, she radiates a lot of Lilith energy. Like, she's literally the object of the whole town's hatred for no reason at all, just because she's beautiful. So it's very much like that. Like people might project on you unfairly. Like, it's an unfair thing where they project on you. They just want to make you, like, they just want to turn you into an object of hatred, which is not fair, honestly, pile number 3. And it's not good, but that's what I'm sensing. We have detoxify. No wonder you have detoxify. Oh my god. You need to, like, keep yourself away from these people. I feel like you need a protection spell. You should just sit down and ask your spirit guides to protect you from any malicious energies, any harmful negative energies. I feel like you really need that, like a good energy cleanse. Wow. All green. You see that? All green. And you have 2 new moons and you have 1 full moon. I feel like when you are out with your future spouse on a date, I already said, right, a lot of people are making you, like, envious of you because you're so beautiful. Okay, if you are a female watching this, pile number 3, and they envy your beauty, and you are probably sitting there like, you know what, I don't think I'm that beautiful. But so it might sound weird to you that people are getting jealous, or that women are getting jealous of you because you don't look at yourself that way. Like, you don't consider yourself as more beautiful than anybody. You might think that everybody is beautiful in their own way, but I see these people preying on you or trying to latch on to your energy, and that is why I feel like you have detoxify here. Like, it's not you that's the problem, but these people might make you the problem. These people might not be fond of you. they might not like you because you're so beautiful, you know. Not that you did something, not that you deserve it, you definitely don't, nobody does, but I just see them being like catty and shitty towards you. Then you have new moon and Pisces attuned to the divine. If you are trying to manifest your future spouse, the easiest way to do it is to tune back into your water energy, like tune back into your Scorpio energy, your Pisces energy. So what I mean by this is tune back into your emotions. Like your emotions will never lead you astray. Your emotions will never lead you astray. If somebody is making you feel bad, then that person is not for you. Okay, pile number 3, like if you want to know people's intentions, like focus very much on how they make you feel. Are they making you feel comfortable? Are they like, they might say all of the right things, they might do all of the right things, but you still have that kind of bad feeling, you have that bad vibe. And then if that is the case, then that person is not for you. Okay, pile number 3, that person probably is hiding their intentions, their real intentions, which are not good for you. I see just a lot of hidden energy, like with this new moon here. You have 2 new moons, right? I see a lot of hidden energy. Like you might not be able to tell, like you never know like who's going to come out of the woodwork or who's going to come out of the dark in order to kind of stab you in the back or something. But with the full moon, the first card being the full moon here, I sense that you'll be able to tell once you tune back into your feelings. Like you won't be surprised if somebody comes out and tries to betray you or tries to slaughter your reputation, tries to go on a smear campaign where they are ruining your name and talking shit about you. Like you won't be surprised by it because you're like, yeah, I know this person, I know that this is how this person is, and like it will hit you less. On your first date, I see you both with the Pisces and Scorpio energy being here. It's probably something emotional date. Like if you are out watching a movie, I see you watching a romantic movie, or maybe you like animated films, you like anime movies, Japanese anime movies, like Studio Ghibli movies. I'm being shown the movie called Weathering with You and Kimi no Nawa, which is both of them are Japanese films made by Japanese directors, and I think it was Makoto Shinkai, if that is the name. I might pronounce it wrong, I'm not fluent in Japanese yet, but it was Makoto. I'm sure the first name was Makoto Shinkai or something like that. And yeah, watch their films. Like that is the vibe of your love. Like if you want to understand what kind of love you're going to have with your future spouse, like watch the movie called Weathering with You, and watch like how the male protagonist is protecting the female protagonist and how he expresses his feelings. It's very much like that. It's a very emotional movie. I recently watched that movie, and I was in tears. I was in tears. So I will leave that movie name also. So I will so far we have about like 2-3 movies come out for you. The first film that came out for you was Malena, and then Weathering with You and Kimi no Nawa, which is Kimi no Nawa I watched a long time ago. I think I watched like 2-3 years back or something. It is definitely one of the best films I have ever watched. So if you want to understand the dynamic between you and your future spouse, and those films are so cute, like I couldn't possibly try to articulate their connection and their dynamic. It's just so beautiful. Like you have to see it with your own eyes to know. And I feel like your relationship is kind of like that. Like I'm trying to articulate it, but the words won't come because it's so beautiful. Like all I'm doing right now is just drowning in the beauty of your relationship. Like I can't articulate it. I can't find the right words for you for how beautiful your connection is going to be with your future spouse. I feel like you guys are going to look how similar these 2 cards are. First of all, right? They're so similar. New moon, waterfall in the back, Pisces, Scorpio, both water energies, both water signs, right? I see you guys kind of on your first date, like all you're doing is breathing each other. Like you're not even, I don't even see you talking too much. Confirmation if you're hearing that vehicle. I don't even, yeah, it's just so, it's like you're drowning in each other. You're just breathing each other. You're just looking at each other and you're just drowning in each other's eyes and you're taking each other in, and you're not interested in the rest of the world. It's like us versus the world kind of thing. Like you guys don't even know what's happening outside your room. You guys don't know what is happening like outside of each other. You guys are so focused on each other. The world is fading away. And you might have met them in the morning and now the sun is setting. And you don't know when the time passed by. Like with your future spouse, one of the things, like one of the ways you can recognize your future spouse and that it is your future spouse is that time passes by very quickly. It's not that time is passing by quickly, but you know what I mean, right? It feels like there's never enough time to spend with them. Like any time you spend with them is less. Like your heart is not content. Like, I just spent 12 hours with you. What? It's not enough. I want to live with you, kind of thing. That's what I'm sensing for you. So pile number 3, I was actually thinking of starting like a monthly membership for more content. And I wanted to put like my more exclusive watercolor readings, 18 plus readings, more unfiltered content, behind the scenes, how I prepare the piles, some watercolor tutorials if you would be interested in that. And you get to decide the reading topics for that month, right? So I was thinking of doing something like that. Let me know if you guys would be interested in something like that, because I'm really curious and I can't post like 18 plus content here on YouTube. Like YouTube doesn't allow it. They have very strict policies. So I was thinking like of starting like a membership. It will be exclusive only for members. So yeah, and let me know if you like the reading. You feel like a very divine person, honestly. And let me know if it resonated in the comments below, and like the reading if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I will be posting more of these watercolor readings on my channel. And I thank you and your spirit guides for being here. I thank all of the cards and the painting that I used today, helping me to channel messages for you and helping me convey your future spouse's love for you. And I will hopefully see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you for watching this one, and bye.